up, man? You rocking with Gene Stanza and MyhellofalifeTV, yeah? Yep. What's good? What's good?
Man, I'm good, bro. Nice to finally, sit down and chop it up with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I met you a while back, started listening to your music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So tell the people, you got that Hard Body project about to drop on May 28th, man.
Yeah, on May 28th, I got a project called Hard Body, you know what I'm saying? It's a follow-up from my last mixtape. We got a lot of recognition on the local scene, outside the local scene as well. It's called Rare. I'm doubling back with something called Hard Body, produced by OG1, you know what I'm saying? A producer that's respected in the city as well. You know
right. So speak on that, why exactly did you name it Hard Body?
I mean, the first song actually called Hard Body, but the reason I called it that because the way we made it is, Juan sent me the track, and when he sent it to me, it was crazy. So when I hopped on it, I sent it back to him. You know how niggas be jonesing.
Right.
So he like, man, that shit Hard Body, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We like, fuck, that's the name, you hear me?
Right.
We always gonna call it GOAT, but we like, man, Hard Body, you know what I'm saying? So,
right, I dig that. So, like you just mentioned, OG1 produces the whole project.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about just y'all chemistry in the studio, why choosing to just go with just him.
I mean, he's just a real nigga. So, when it's two solid niggas, you know what I'm saying? Two sided concussion.
Yeah.
All that. Real shit though. When it's two solid niggas, man, you gonna link up and you gonna develop a chemistry. Not saying I didn't know him before that, but once, like I said, after we sent that first song, it was, I'm about to sing you something else. And this one being real come to part though. This is why I wanted to work with him totally. If a nigga don't like something, you know what I'm saying? I'm not throwing shade to other people in the city or other artists.
Right.
If I don't like something, I ain't gotta think twice about telling him I don't like it, and he ain't gonna get in his feelings. He's like,
right.
He probably say some shit like, man, what you want me to do then? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I fuck with him, because he's honest and he's real with himself.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So look, I got a chance to listen to the project early.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Mac. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Khaled.
Yeah. So I got to check it out, and some of your earlier work too.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my question is, you seem to take a real pride in your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? As being a lyricist. Speak on that a little bit, why lyrics is so important to you in today's age.
I mean, I don't want to go too off the subject. But you seen what Megan Thee Stallion was saying about how niggas, how dude rappers could Playboy Cardi and Uzi. That's two artists I like, but the reason why I kind of agree with Shawty is because she got a point, you know what I'm saying? As far as lyricism, I take it serious because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Like, we from the South, we love a fire beat, you know?
Right.
And that's why I'm glad I had OG1 on this project, but I take pride in lyricism because sometimes that's where you start at. You got rappers that start off making beats, you know what I'm saying? You got rappers that weren't even into rap, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kanye was into fashion,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But he competitive though. And I think that's what it is too, you know what I'm saying? By me being competitive, when I make up a rap, when I make words rhyme, I want niggas to be like, I want it to be to where you can't say nothing about me. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that nigga cold, and that's that. So
yeah,
that's why I take pride in it, because that's the bottom line with rap to me.
Yeah, definitely. That was my reaction. I actually listened to a little bit of it yesterday, and I listened to the whole project this morning.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what I felt. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you got some.
Nigga,
yeah, you got some shit to do. Yeah. So, but you mentioned just a second ago about the fashion and all that going on in music, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you have a track on there. You talked there's one with the MCs.
Oh, Sucker MCs.
Sucker MCs. And I feel like you kind of mentioned some of these niggas taking more pride in their appearance than their
balls. I don't even want to
balls.
say the line. Basically, niggas saying, I seen niggas, there's niggas out here with designer clothes, don't got a car to drive. I ain't knocking you if you don't drive, but I'm just saying, what a perspective at, you know what I'm saying? What you really doing it for? I don't knock niggas that want to be fly. Everybody want to be fly, but I'm gonna say that line, but I'm Sucker MCs. I'm basically calling niggas out. You know what I'm saying? You could have, you know what I'm saying? Bill Gates, all them niggas like that. Them dudes don't dress crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we don't want to go too far away from what this shit about. This shit about making good music. If you fly, that's a plus. Nobody want to fuck with no rapper that ain't fly. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Just in general, with us as a culture, we gotta get off that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can't be slaves to the brand,
Right.
But that's why I try to wear local shit and just try to wear rare shit.
Right.
I don't like to get caught in the fad.
So speaking culture, right? You mentioned the word culture.
Yeah.
We from a musically rich city. New Orleans.
Yeah.
I real quick while you're here, I want you to just briefly say how you feel right now about the musical scene in New Orleans. Not necessarily just rap, but how you feel right now about rap, music in New Orleans.
I mean, like they say, the same way you could go in the corner store and get a po' boy, my nigga, that's the same way you could walk in a bar and see a whole live world-class band, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Niggas that grew up in their neighborhood down the street in the 7-1, but they could play an instrument like a nigga from Juilliard, you know what I'm saying? So the culture is deep. I feel like it's misunderstood too. You know, that's more so with the rap, like niggas quick to say, this what's wrong with it, that's what's wrong with it. I just feel like niggas just gotta get in their bag, man. Everybody know, you know what I'm saying? At this point, if you rapping, dog, like it's an excuse if you trying to say, oh, niggas sound like this, or they fuck with them because they popular. My nigga, if you ain't putting your money into your craft, and you know what I'm saying, taking your shit serious, that's you to blame, you heard me? I ain't trying to preach, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you take the words out of my mouth.
But I say all that to say this, the culture is fine, it's just I feel like it's a certain percentage of people that when that culture conversation come up, niggas start thinking of the worst shit you could say, like this ain't New Orleans, you know? I feel like we gotta know where we from, you know what I'm saying?
Right, I rock with that. So look, we was, like you mentioned earlier, we was talking and you said you don't have no features on this project.
No
but I know you have done features before with other artists.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what's that like as far as how do you choose to work with somebody? Like what does it take? Is it just them paying you or chemistry?
Yeah, but most of the time, you know, it's just some niggas that, you know, that I've been rocking with or, you know, it's like I said, like you said, it's New Orleans, so, you know, you naturally know people, so you might know somebody else that rap, but most of the niggas I work with, you know what I'm saying, they cold and they, you know, they got their shit in order, you know what I'm saying? We all trying to get our shit together. You know, I could mention 100 names, but most of the time if I'm working with you, if I'm on a song with you, you know, it's not that I'm picky or nothing, I don't want niggas to be like, oh, he unapproachable, but most of the time if I'm on a song with you, then we got that common ground of what we want to give with our careers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of the niggas I work with is just like-minded people like myself.
Right, so speaking on that, right, speaking on the artists here in New Orleans, the culture here in New Orleans, more specifically right now, the rap, right? I just saw you recently over at the Takeover podcast.
Yeah, that was
like
fun.
real quick, man. You know, shout out to my dude Matt. You know, I meet a lot of artists because of him. Can you just speak real quick about how important Supreme Mac is to the music scene here in New Orleans?
Mac important because he, like I said, I don't, you know, like he like myself, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too much bullshit. He want to see the culture grow.
Right.
Like I mentioned before in your questions before, a lot of niggas always talking about what's wrong down here or what's not right. You see, Mac ain't really like that. He trying to find out what's right. You know what I'm saying?
Get a solution.
And that's why it's important to have niggas like that around because they ain't gonna do nothing but bring people together. Probably bring people together you wouldn't go work together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how New Orleans is like. You know, once shit get how it get, it'd be hard to really reach out to people. And you know, I feel like he that type of nigga that can bridge the gap. You know, in certain situations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You do what the rapper can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes the rappers can't have that conversation that he has.
Hell yeah, I agree with you totally. So look, one of the tracks, right?
Yeah.
I hear you mentioning that you got some tracks like we was texting earlier, and I told you, man, you was talking some shit.
Yeah, I'm talking a lot of shit on this.
Yeah, you had one where you kind of was talking about like you the Bulls in '96, but most specifically, I heard you said you had a line where you said that you was the Nas of New Orleans.
Yeah, I said something like that. You know, it's like, I'm standing behind that, but you know, a lot of times when I'm rapping, man, there's a lot of braggadocio type shit.
Yeah.
That's just me, you know what I'm saying? But if you listen to my music or like you done heard it, you know I'm gonna back that shit up. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to have it to where a nigga can't say nothing about me, like, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time when you're really good at rapping, the nigga gonna say, oh, but he ain't got videos. You know what I'm saying? We all I'm trying to create quality content behind what I'm saying. So that you know, the New Orleans Nas, that's just how I feel.
Right.
You heard me? Ain't being cocky, that's how I feel. Nas a nigga that flew under the radar for a long time. If you didn't know about him, you know, I feel like I'm on the same type kick.
Yeah, because that was one of the next questions if you felt like he was underrated right now.
I mean, it depends on who you ask. It depends on, you know, like I said, this is a city we living in, so, you know, opinions is gonna vary. But overall, I say I'm underrated, but I know that there's a lot of shit that I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? You know, not looking at the next man is important, but at the same time, you gotta pay attention to what's going on out here in the scene. Niggas trying to put music out. Niggas is dropping videos. I ain't trying to go future on the nigga and drop 100 songs, but you know, I just think that I need to get the people some more. Cause a lot of times, like with rap, niggas is every day like, you know, I fuck with your shit, man, drop something new. So yeah, I say I'm underrated, but the main reason is because, you know, that's just something I gotta fix. Skill wise, I feel like niggas know what it is. If you press play, you know what you're about to find out. That's just how I feel though.
Right.
So, but you know, it's just the business side of things. I'm trying to get the business down pat. That way ain't gonna be no underrated here. You gonna know who I am.
Right. Well, you didn't touch on it. I mean, this is basically my final question as far as what are your goals? What are your goals? You know, with this Hard Body project coming out, what's your goals to finish up the rest of 2019?
I mean, I got so much going on this year, but my main goal with Hard Body is just to, first of all, Hard Body is 100% New Orleans project. Like, the nigga that made the beats, the nigga that rap ain't nothing. The nigga that made the artists all 514.
That's straight 514.
Yeah, that's 514 too. You know what I'm saying? But my goal is just to, you know, put a quality project out and kind of set the tone for the shit I got coming later, which I don't really want to touch on, but just know that if anything could be better than what I'm about to drop, then you know I'm about to do something serious, and I'm about to do something special. So that's my goal, just to put something quality out that niggas could, you know, something that's undeniable, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas always find something that's wrong with something. I'm trying to drop some shit that you like, man.
You got this track 94 shit. Oh, now, you know, this will come out by the time, you know, the album will come out. So, I wanted to just say right quick, that's one of my favorite on there.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorite.
And I was going to say, do you have any plans for doing some shows soon? And how do people stay in touch with you?
Glad you asked that, man. The Project Hard Body dropped on May 28th. Right after that, we opening for Blue and Exile. You know what I'm saying? Me and a couple other cats, you know what I'm saying? Herm, Maul from Made Groceries. We're going to open at the Howlin' Wolf on May 29th. You know what I'm saying? I'm really going to be performing a lot of tracks from Hard Body. And, you know, I got a lot more stuff coming up soon, too, that I'm working on.
All right, that's what's up, man. So go ahead and let people know how they can stay in touch with you and get news from you. Man,
you can get at me on all social media handles at Gene Stanza, GeneStanza. You know, that's about it. Instagram, Twitter, you know what I'm saying? That's mostly what I get on in my spare time. So, but that's the best way to get at me. I got my email attached to each one of those pages if you want to talk business. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. It's MyhellofalifeTV, Gene Stanza. Yes, sir.